this is a topic that probably takes a lot of practice. It's something that, you know, I've been teaching in Boss Mum Motivator group, and it doesn't come easy. It's something that you're probably going to overthink, and you're going to think too much about, and you're going to stuff it up for a little while. But then when you get really good, you'll realise that it's actually quite simple. So it's called high profit mumbling, and I just did it just then. Did you hear me say something that you're thinking, what was that group? I want to be in that group. What are you talking about, Lucy? Boss Mum Motivator. Ladies, you're not coming in that group because that's for my customers. But anyway, the point is that I dropped something that made your ears prick up, that you just went, oh, what's she talking about? I didn't say, you need to, you know, we've been looking at this in the Boss Mum Motivator group. That group is my customer. It's one of my customer groups. You know, there's about 1,000 people in there. We do lots of motivation. This is how you get in. I didn't give you all of that because that's opening and closing all at once. I dropped it, and then I moved on. Your ears pricked up, and then I moved on. And you're like, what? Stop. You've got another group. I know what you like. So there's many ways that you can do this as unique presenters on our lives. And I've got to admit, I'm not a genius at it just yet. And I do have to think about it sometimes. But I know eventually it's just going to come out. Okay? And it's hard to drop something and then kind of stop talking about it when you're still thinking about it and wondering whether anybody's ears pricked up, and you're trying to keep talking about something else. It's hard. So let me give you a few examples. So you might talk about, oh, no. Let me tell you how I used this when I did this challenge. I used this when I was running a boot camp. The boot camp was called Be The Best You. So one of my groups, customer groups, is called Be The Best You. And my boot camp is called Be The Best You Boot Camp. And I thought, you know what? Ray Higdon said, you don't need to always talk about things, promote things, boost things on Facebook, inbox people about things. You could fill up places, events, etc. by high profit mumbling. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So I set up a Be The Best You boot camp. It's a boot camp that runs over 5 days. I boost people's confidence. That's about it. And while I was doing my 14-day lives, I thought, oh, I'm going to see how many times I can just drop Be The Best You boot camp. How many different ways I can do it. And I filled that group up, 15 people. 15 people inboxed me and said, what was that group you were talking about? It wasn't a call to action. I didn't use it as a call to action. There was nothing like, you know, inbox me if you want to know more about the Be The Best You bootcamp. None of that. I literally just popped it into little conversations that I was having. Some of them were face-to-face. Some of them were in the inbox on voice notes. Lots of them were in lives. So I had people saying, can I join that group? And off the back of that, a few other people said, my friend's in such a group, can I join that group? So it works. I didn't want to teach something that I thought, oh, it's not going to work, that's really difficult. But it is hard, but once you get in the process, it comes along. So I was saying things like, you know, coming on my live and saying, oh guys, so sorry I'm late. Just been with the Be The Best You bootcamp ladies. They're absolutely loving life at the minute. Moved on. You know, so I'm apologising for being late. I'm saying that the confidence is booming. I'm saying like, oh, one of the girls from Be The Best You bootcamp, she's just been in my messenger. She said X, Y, and Z. Just keep dropping it. And then I'd be like, oh, and here's my epic mascara. So people were like, what's this bootcamp? I have loads of unique presenters messaging me, but that's just what they're like, isn't it? But the 15 people were actual non-presenters wanting to be a part of it. So things like what I just said then when I came on, I said I've already spoke about this topic in, or you could say I've heard about this topic in, yeah. So don't say too much, and that's the hardest thing here, to not say too much, because you're trying to like, because you're not getting a response, you just feel like you should keep talking, but there is a response going on behind the camera, the person that's listening. There is a response. Just know that there is a response. So you might want to name, you might want to drop things in, you know, opportunity wise. You might want to say things like, hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever your topic is, and then you know, I've just been for coffee with the girls, so I'm a little bit high, you know. Coffee with what, girls? Been for coffee with the team, so I'm a little bit hyper. I'm really sorry about that. You've been for what? Coffee with who? Yeah? You might want to say something about convention. You might want to drop something about convention. Oh, I'm really excited today. I've just booked my convention ticket. I'm so excited. I'm off to London in August. Anyway, let's get on with this live. What am I doing now? Padlet 6, here we go. Yeah, see, there's people like, why are you going to London? What do you mean you're going to London? Or they might not even ask, but it's sparking things in their head. Oh, she's travelling. She's going to London. She's meeting her friends for coffee. Don't do all of these in the same live. Different ones. You want to just drop things in. You might have come back from some training. You might have been in a group, and you might have heard some really inspiring talk. So you might want to come on and say something like, "Do you know, I'm feeling really upbeat today. I've just been listening to some real inspirational speakers within our Team Black Magic group. So put me in a really good mood. Move on." Yeah. So just some ideas for you. I don't know if I've written any more down, or if I've covered them all. But lots of people close before they even have chance of having a conversation. You want to close when you're speaking to somebody on the inbox or on a one-to-one call. You don't want to close on your profile, you know, by giving too much, giving it all away. Yeah, if I'd have said something like, I don't know, been listening to some inspiring ladies speaking about blah, blah, blah in the Black Magic team group. That's our group, by the way, guys. You know, it's where all our presenters are. We do lots of recognition in there. We've got training. We do this, we do that, we do this. You want to be a part of it? You know, that if you're doing things like that, then people are not curious because you've given it all away. You've got to spark the curiosity. Okay, it's hard, it's tough, but I'm excited for you. I'm looking out for it in your lives. Lots of love, guys. Bye.